What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. That is my nickname. I appreciate all you guys for tuning into the channel today. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help this video get out to the public and the channel to grow. Subscribe to this channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. And turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single video that I post. It's only right, you guys. Yes, listen. My pick to win NFL MVP this year is Andrew Luck. Yes, I do think Andrew Luck will have his best season yet. I think he's going to ball out this year, absolutely. I think the Indianapolis Colts are a Super Bowl contender this year. Yes, the Colts, they have a very good offensive line. They have very good wide receivers. I like what they did in the offseason. They have a young ascending defense. I think that Andrew Luck, like I said, he's already an elite quarterback to me. Andrew Luck is one of the 7 or 6 best quarterbacks in football to me right now. I think this year he solidifies that totally, and he definitely goes out and balls out this year and wins the 2019-2020 NFL MVP award. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did make a video talking about my top 5 NFL MVP candidates. At number 2, I had Andrew Luck. Okay, but at number 1, I had Carson Wentz. And when I thought about this deeper down, I really thought to myself, man, Andrew Luck really should be number 1. And to me, it's no knock against Carson Wentz. I do think Carson Wentz is a very good player. And I do think he has a chance to win NFL MVP this year. Okay, I think the Philadelphia Eagles will win a lot of games. I think they're the most talented team in football. I think they potentially could win a Super Bowl as well. I do think he will put up numbers, as they did add Deshaun Jackson and a couple weapons for Carson Wentz in 2019-2020. Okay, but you know, like I said, when I dove deeper down into this, Andrew Luck was clearly the better choice. Now, before I do get into why Andrew Luck is my clear-cut pick to win this award, I'm going to give you my top 6 NFL MVP candidates this year. I'm going to put that on the screen, okay? I do think Andrew Luck is at number 1, Carson Wentz at number 2. Patrick Mahomes, who threw 50 touchdown passes last year and over 5,000 yards in his first season starting, is at number 3. He's got a ton of weapons to throw to Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. You get the point. He's going to ball out this year. I do think Baker Mayfield, who set the rookie record for touchdown passes last year, has a very good chance to throw over 35 touchdowns this year, especially with Odell Beckham Jr. being inserted into the starting lineup now. He's one of the 3 best wide receivers in all of football. You know, Baker Mayfield, that offense is locked and loaded. They're going to score a lot of points. I think Baker Mayfield is going to ball out this year. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs potentially, but we'll see. Aaron Rodgers, I think he responds this year, coming off a bad season and, you know, a fresh start with Matt LaFleur head coach. I think he's going to come with some new ideas, some new play designs. And Aaron Rodgers, for the first time, has a defense that can get him the ball a lot more and set up shorter fields and create turnovers, okay? This is the best defense Aaron Rodgers has had since he won the Super Bowl. And then Cam Newton, who was playing like an MVP last year until he got hurt, I think he reinserts himself into that conversation this year. So now that I just gave you my top 6 NFL MVP candidates, this is the reason why Andrew Luck is at number 1 for me, okay? For one, I think that, look, you have to be a quarterback to win this award. You have to be a quarterback. I think Adrian Peterson is the last non-quarterback in NFL history to win this award. I don't see any other position players in the NFL history down the road not winning MVP. I don't see a defensive player ever again winning MVP. I don't see a running back ever winning the MVP award ever again, okay? So Andrew Luck is a quarterback, okay? And he's going to put up numbers, and he's going to win a lot of games this year. I think the Colts are primed to win 11 or 12 games this year. I love this Indianapolis Colts team. I have them going 11-5 and winning their division. And I think Andrew Luck is going to put up a lot of great numbers. And based off last year, Andrew Luck is projected really to put up some very good numbers this year, okay? Last year, I think people undersold what Andrew Luck did last year because we saw Patrick Mahomes be so special last year. Everyone was saying, man, Patrick Mahomes, first season, 50 touchdown passes, man. Oh, you see Patrick Mahomes? Wow, look at Patrick Mahomes. He's throwing no-look passes left and right. Patrick Mahomes this, Patrick Mahomes that. And listen, Patrick Mahomes no doubtedly got my MVP vote last year. I thought he was arguably the best player in football last year. To me, he's the most talented quarterback of all time, behind Aaron Rodgers I've just ever seen with my eyes, okay? And I think he has a chance, if he continues to stay healthy, to be a top 10 quarterback of all time. I really do. I think Patrick Mahomes is that special. But are we just going to sit here and act like Andrew Luck did not ball last year? I mean, I know the guy's a little bit boring. I know he doesn't give the best interviews. He's not full of storylines. He doesn't throw no-look passes. I get it, you know. He went to Stanford, you know, kind of a laid-back, chill kid. I get it. Not the best interview. But, man, Andrew Luck last year in itself balled, okay? This is the same guy who completed 67% of his passes last year, a career high. The same guy that threw 39 touchdown passes last year, second only last year to Patrick Mahomes. The same guy that had a career high in passer rating last year with 98.7 passer rating last year for Andrew Luck. The same guy that threw for 4,600 yards. And we got to put this in context, guys. This was coming off a year where Andrew Luck had a major injury that he was coming off of. Yes, Andrew Luck had a brutal injury that he was coming off of. He obviously was a little bit rusty early on, but once he got his feet set, once he got, going, the Colts won 9 of their last 10 games. I mean, once he got going, he started balling out really big time, okay? He really did. And this is also coming off a year in which now, based on what the Colts did in the offseason, they are a better football team than they were last year on offense, especially on offense. The Colts' offense is better than it was last year. Andrew Luck did all these things with only really pretty much throwing to T.Y. Hilton and Eric Ebron. He didn't really have an established number 2 or number 3 wide receiver last year. So what did the Colts do in the offseason? They added a guy like Devin Funchess. Okay, they added Devin Funchess, a 6'4" wide receiver that is definitely the best number 2 wide receiver that Andrew Luck has ever had in his career, based on talent. Okay, I think Devin Funchess is going to ball this year. I will not be shocked if he gets close to 1,000 yards. He's the perfect complement to T.Y. Hilton, who's a speedy guy, a burner, and Devin Funchess is that 6'4" guy that can create separation, that can get some of those jump balls. It's a matchup nightmare for some players. I think Devin Funchess balls out this year. He was a very good wide receiver for Carolina last year. I don't know why they let him go. I think Devin Funchess balls this year. In the draft, they added a guy like Paris Campbell out of Ohio State. A guy that has 4.3 speed, a guy that you can just pretty much throw bubble screens to, and he can take it 80 yards potentially to the house. I mean, listen, if fit matters in the NFL, and Paris Campbell landed in one of the most perfect situations. He's potentially going to be the number 3 wide receiver this year. He's a very good stud player. I like him a lot. He definitely adds to their wide receiver core. He's going to definitely take the top off of defense, and I think Andrew Luck is going to love throwing to Paris Campbell on third down. He's going to love throwing bombs to Paris Campbell. He's going to love throwing slam patterns to Paris Campbell because he knows that if you just get the ball in Paris Campbell's hands, he's going to ball. He's going to potentially maybe take it to the house. I saw Paris Campbell a lot at Ohio State. He's a special player. I thought he was a great pick for the Colts in the draft. He definitely fits what they like to do. They also got Eric Ebron, a very talented tight end, and they also have a wide receiver that's very underrated in Deshaun Watson, who was hurt off last year out of Clemson. Okay, he was a very good pick for them a couple years ago in the draft. I liked him a lot. I liked him better than some scouts did in the NFL draft. So potentially Deshaun Watson might even do something this year. And again, guys, the Colts have the best offensive line in football. They flat out have the best offensive line in football. Okay, listen, this is the team that last year that only allowed Andrew Luck to get sacked 18 times. Andrew Luck was only sacked 18 times last year. He will have time to throw the football. So you're telling me that Andrew Luck, who's playing behind the best offensive line in football by far, in my opinion, if you don't think they're the best offensive line, they're definitely top 3. Okay, a guy that has T.Y. Hilton and Devin Funchess and Paris Campbell now, Eric Ebron, Deshaun Watson potentially, a guy that was second in touchdown passes last year, were pretty much just throwing to T.Y. Hilton and Eric Ebron. Now he has better wide receivers. Now he's not in a situation where he has to come off a major injury. I think Andrew Luck is going to ball this year. I really do. I think Andrew Luck is going to lead the league in touchdown passes this year. And listen, the Colts have one of the 5 best offenses in all football. To me, the 5 best offenses in football are the Chiefs offense, the Falcons offense, the Eagles offense, the Colts offense, and the Cleveland Browns offense. That's in no particular order, but just based on the personnel that the Colts have, the offensive weapons they have, the offensive line they have. Marlon Mack was even doing his thing at running back last year. The Colts have a good offense. They're going to score points. They're going to be able to outscore you. They're going to put up a lot of points, a lot of touchdowns. They're going to be one of the best teams in the red zone. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. Andrew Luck will be protected. The guy put up godly stats last year with a worse wide receiver core. He has now better wide receivers. He has a great offensive line, the best offensive line in all of football. And again, this is his second year with Frank Wright as the head coach. Okay, I love Frank Wright. I think he's a very good, excellent head coach. Now in the second year in this offense with Frank Wright, combine the fact that he has even more dangerous tools to throw the ball to, the best offensive line in all of football. I gotta tell you, Andrew Luck is going to ball. Now again, the only thing that I will push back with Andrew Luck is that he is dealing a little bit with kind of a calf injury this year in training camp. But again, I don't think it's anything serious. I don't think it's anything that will linger towards into the season, okay? I think he will be good to go by week number 1. I think Andrew Luck is going to be healthy by week number 1. And also, one other thing is that while some players like potentially a Carson Wentz maybe, or maybe a Patrick Mahomes, might have 1 or 2 wins more than Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is going to have the counting stats. Last year, Drew Brees won more games than Patrick Mahomes. And the analytics showed that Drew Brees was just slightly a better quarterback last year. You know, if you go based on pass rating, based on some analytical stats, it kind of leaned a little bit toward Drew Brees. But what Patrick Mahomes had last year was counting stats. And he was the sole reason why that Chiefs team was very good. So like I said, while Carson Wentz and some of these other players might have a little bit more wins, I think 11 or 12 wins is good enough for Andrew Luck. You know, I think he's going to have the counting stats and the numbers that they will not have. Okay, so I think Andrew Luck this year is going to put up godly stats. Not saying he's going to be the best quarterback in football next year, but I think he definitely inserts himself into that top 5 conversation this year. I like Andrew Luck. I think he's going to ball out this year. And again, I really like what the Colts are doing. I really do. Listen, a couple years ago, the Colts were doing Andrew Luck a disservice, okay? They really were. They were doing him a disservice, okay? I think the Colts have finally gotten this roster right behind Andrew Luck, okay? They have a better head coach. I don't think Chuck Pagano was a very good head coach. In 2017, 2018, this team allowed 56 sacks. They cut that down to 18 this year. Are you kidding me? I mean, the offensive line, if your offensive line is bad, it's the hardest, position to really rapidly improve. I mean, you can improve your secondary through an offseason. You can improve your pass rush through about 1 or 2 moves. You can improve your running back group by about 1 or 2 moves. You can improve, to improve a bad offensive line, that's a hard thing to do. You have to draft players, you have to sign players, you have to get the right scheme. It's just a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to build up. They got that finally right in 1 year. This is the best wide receiver core that Andrew Luck has ever had. This defense is young and ascending. They have some very good studs on defense. I like what they did in the draft. There's some very good young defensive players. I still think they are about a pass rusher or a D tackle away from really being a serious Super Bowl contender. I think they're a Super Bowl contender this year. But will I pick them to win the Super Bowl this year? Probably not. I have to see more from them. But again, Andrew Luck was going 11-5, and making AFC Championship games a couple years ago with flawed rosters. This is the best team he's had on paper. I think Andrew Luck down the road is going to win a Super Bowl in the next about 4 years. I really do. I think he's that good. I think this team is that good. And again, Andrew Luck right now is only 29 years old. His best football is yet to come. I do think in 2019, 2020, Andrew Luck will add an NFL MVP to his already great established career in the National Football League. He will insert himself as one of the top 5 quarterbacks in all of football potentially, if he is not one of them already. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends. Share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.